Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the tip of the week. This week, we are looking at one of the first ways that we make connections with the outside world after birth. In fact, it's so important it can even help dictate how much attention your loving parents gave you as a child. If you're anything like me, it makes you extremely uneasy. My name is Bakari K. George, and this week's tip is make appropriate eye contact. Now, before we get into this, why is eye contact so important? Eye contact is one of the most important aspects of body language, both reading and understanding body language. We are taught as children to use body language in different ways, like as a sign of seriousness or respect, and also how to tell if someone's genuine or not, whether you can trust them or whether they're going to take advantage of you and lie to you. In fact, eye contact produces such a strong feeling of connection with others that it's even perceived through paintings and drawings, pictures. It doesn't even have to be a real person, mannequins even. As humans, we tend to reduce eye contact when talking about something shameful, embarrassing, or when we're feeling down or trying to process deep emotions. We increase eye contact when we see things or people that we are attracted to or hold some sort of power over us. Imagine your crush or your boss. You kind of hold that eye contact a little longer. Because of this, it is important to find the right amount of eye contact to project a confident and charming personality, like we're trying to do here. Too much eye contact, and you'll be perceived as rude, condescending, intimidating, or just creepy. And contrary to popular belief, too much eye contact is also a sign of, deceitful motives or lying. You hear the old adage, people won't make eye contact with you if they're lying. That's not exactly true. There's a hyper-awareness that takes place when you're trying to get over on someone, and you tend to hold that eye contact a little bit more. Too little eye contact can lead to you being perceived as uneasy, uninterested, unprepared, sometimes guilty. So it is important to keep this in mind when reading others' body languages. How much eye contact are they holding, and what could this mean? It is also important to look at the pupils. Our pupils tend to dilate when we see things or objects that we like or discussing topics that we are interested in. They also contract when we are repelled by an object or topic. Keep an eye on the eyes. If they're holding eye contact with you while you're talking and you notice a little dilation of the pupils, that means they like you. You're doing great. If you notice the opposite, well, tread softly, I guess, or rework your strategy. By the way, if you're interested in strategies and you're catching us here on YouTube, click the link below and pick up the Bar Psychology's free guide to projecting charm and charisma at will. It goes step by step into how to get in the right mindset for being charming and projecting confidence and charisma. It goes into how to read the environment you're in, how to read the person you're trying to charm or the target, and how to develop a strategy, and then how to implement that strategy. It's free. Check that out. There's also some bonus materials you get every week, along with the tip of the week, but we'll get into that a little later. In fact, using eye contact to our advantage is not very complex. It's not a very difficult concept. By noticing what the eyes are reacting to, pupil-wise, and what they fixate on with how much eye contact they make. Imagine a person or an object, or maybe you're holding on to something, or by noticing what a person fixates on, you can get a sense for what motivates them. Now, once you understand what motivates them, you can apply pressure to those motivation points and close that deal or land that job or get that date. Eye contact can really aid in learning these things, learning the motivation of a person. That's actually why you watch the eyes of a person when you're asking them a question. You look to see where they look. Do they look at their hands first? Do they look at your hands? Do they look at the door? What are they looking at? Chances are the thing that they snap to first is the thing that they want the most. You can use that information to then apply some pressure. They'll do it to you if they have the chance. Now, the biggest problem with all this, even though using eye contact is easy, theory, for us introverts, it can be very difficult. And this is because a lot of us experience some form of social anxiety disorder, or SAD. Kind of upset that the acronym for social anxiety disorder is SAD, but whatever. And this is for various reasons. You know, it could be just the way your brain is wired, it could be experiences you had, it could be any reason. But it kind of leads to feelings of being judged and scrutinized, you know, when you're holding eye contact with someone. It can be very anxiety inducing and very uncomfortable. You know, for me personally, it was like almost like noise. If I looked up and made eye contact, I would almost, I'll do it from this side, I would almost see the sides kind of close in the longer I held that eye contact. And I would hear noise like maybe rain or like static or something, or maybe like a mixture of both kind of in my head. And I couldn't focus on the conversation or why we were talking in the first place because I'm just kind of zoning in on like this eye contact. It was very strange. It made for some very awkward times. And yeah, that was my biggest problem with holding eye contact. I'm going to get into some of the things I did personally and do personally to mitigate that in the members only jacket, which is the Bar Psychology, the BP Fam members only club email members. Click that link, download the free guide, become a BP Fam members only jacket member, and get access to all that extra, free content. Here are just some general tips for how to deal with eye contact if you may experience any form of social anxiety disorder, or you have some sort of aversion to making eye contact. First and foremost, it's important to understand that practicing is a big reason or a big part of getting better at this. A lot of the times we find ourselves in these situations because we haven't practiced. I know I spent a lot of time in my room as a kid. I didn't have a lot of friends, and the friends that I did have were like my friends. I didn't span too much, so I feel like that's what caused me to, never develop an ease with it. It might be deeper than that. Who knows? Like I said, I'm not a psychologist. Like I always say, I'm not a psychologist. I'm a bartender. Practice is the key. You want to practice. Beyond that, make eye contact before you start talking. Even if you're ordering food, don't just say, number 3, Diet Coke, whatever. Like, say hello and smile and make that eye contact and then start talking. Anything besides that is kind of weird. It may take a little bit longer. It may seem annoying, but if you're trying to come off as confident and charming, this is a very good way to do that, is to smile, make eye contact, and then speak. Also, when you're making eye contact, it's about balance. You don't want to make too much eye contact. You don't want to make too little eye contact. And ideally, you want to be somewhere between 30 and 60% eye contact, about 3 to 4 seconds at a time. If you're listening to someone talking, you want to be closer to 60%. If you're doing the talking, you want to be closer to 30%. That way you don't seem overbearing or intimidating or creepy. And also break eye contact. Like, that 30 and 60%, you want to break eye contact when you're not engaged in it. There are several different ways you can use to do this. You can also do this when you're just feeling uncomfortable and you need a break from the eye contact. One of them is a nod. You can nod and kind of get away with breaking the eye contact, which will reset, the creep and intimidation factor if you just break it for a second. Blinking, remember to blink. That's a huge, huge thing. Gesturing, over there. Oh, over there somewhere. I can't remember, that's an easy way to break it as well. If you can't break it, if you're listening to a boss or something like that, you can switch between the eyes. You can look at a different part of the face. There's all kinds of different things you can do to break the gaze. 2 things you don't do. You never, never, never look at your phone. You never, never, never look at your watch. This kind of demonstrates that you're bored or that there's other things that you need to get to or anything like that, all of which are, not charming and don't really show a lot of confidence. You want to be confident that you're in the right place at the right time, and that is a very, very profound subconscious indicator. So don't look at your phone or your watch. And my last bit of information for you guys, my last tip is to get out of the conversation before it ends. Whatever it is, end it before it ends. Get out of there. If you enjoy the conversation, you want to continue it, make plans to continue it at another date, but you definitely don't want to overstay your welcome or misunderstand any sort of kindness being extended by the engagement of the conversation with you. You always want to leave people wanting a little bit more, and you never, like I said, want to overstay your welcome and leave people with a bad taste in their mouth about you. So yeah, after that, get out there and practice. Besides the link to my free guide below, I'm going to leave a link to another YouTube video that just is a way to practice holding gazes. It's an eye contact practice video. It might help, it might not, but if you want to practice with people in the street that you're walking by. It's actually easier with the mask on because people don't actually know what you look like. Practice with the people, if you pick up food from somewhere, you go in somewhere, practice with the people that are working, just holding that eye contact at an appropriate amount, and just getting used to the sensation of holding eye contact. Remember, you're worth the space that you take up on planet Earth, and it's okay that people see you and see you seeing them. It's okay. But yeah, there's your bar psychology tip of the week. For my email members, my BP fam, I'll catch you guys over in the new, freshly opened The Members Only jacket, which is our Bar Psychology Members Only club, where we go after hours and talk more about this eye contact. Anyway, I'll catch you next week. Peace.